Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president again.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 20.
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8 electoral votes, in Indiana with its 11 electoral votes, West Virginia, Florida, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
And bam, we are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome into the Snake Pit. Welcome to CobraCast 199. Hello to everyone. I've missed all of you. It's been a few days. We couldn't do a CobraCast on Monday. I unfortunately had some family stuff, and I've been extremely busy. I've been traveling all over the place, but we are back for CobraCast 199, and I'm happy to see all of you here in the house. Smash the melee button, and we got some really cool news I'm going to share with you a little bit later on. So we'll wait for everybody to get in here, and looking forward to that. But before the stream even started, Autism Crocs dropped a proper 199 before the stream even started. A proper 199, and says, thank you for being very fair to Christians and Christianity as a whole. I guess the Bible Belt is more than just cousin marriage. Take my social energy and rock on. Hail the 199. Christ is King eternal. Thank you so much, Autism Crocs. I appreciate that. It's obvious what's going on right now in society. And I think that Christians are just kind of fed up with it. You know, I mean, it's just, you can't really talk about any religion talk negatively about any religion except for Christianity. And that's just absolutely nonsense. And it's kind of the same thing with, like, you can't talk about any race negatively except for white people. It's that same type of nonsense. It's all about the hypocrisy of the situation. Whether you want to believe it or not, the truth is, the reality is, if you open your eyes and looking around, it's clear that Christianity is being attacked. That's just a fact. It's just a fact. And I just think that, whenever you're told that you can make fun of someone and there's other people you can't make fun of, that tells you everything you need to know. So, that's really my entire problem with anything is just hypocrisy, and double standards on things. And right now we call it like we see it. That's how I've always been. Whether it's Geeks and Gamers, whether it's here at CobraCast, you just call it like you see it. So I really appreciate that, Autism Crocs, and I thank you so much for your support. John Kennedy says 6'3", 215. Listen, that picture with Trump in the thumbnail, dude's been working out, all right? Dude's been working out. Trump has been working out. That's just the truth of it. I was shocked, but the man is he's working out. He's getting in shape. He still has time to campaign. He still has time to go to all these court trials, and he's getting jacked. All right. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous how jacked he is. Brad B says Eric July has ruined Geeks and Gamers for me. Well, that's interesting since Eric July is not part of Geeks and Gamers, but if Eric July has that much power over you, I'd say that's a good thing right there. So I will actually just have Eric on more if that's the problem. So what a stupid comment to make. One guy that's not part of Geeks and Gamers has ruined Geeks and Gamers. What a retarded ass statement. So yeah, that means I'll just, maybe I'll just have Eric on more now. Maybe we'll get him on Geeks and Gamers daily now. That's how I respond to dumb shit like that. What a retarded comment. What an absolutely retarded comment. So yeah. That was funny. But now if Jeremy ruined Geeks and Gamers for you, that makes a lot more sense. Like that, if you say Jeremy has ruined Geeks and Gamers for me, I'm like, well, I am the owner. I am the creator. I'm on it a lot. That kind of makes sense. But to say like Eric July ruined Geeks and Gamers would be the equivalent of saying that comics division ruined Geeks and Gamers for you, or something like that. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That is the Eric July derangement syndrome, EDS. So right there, that's what that is. That's funny. But again, just say I ruined Geeks and Gamers for you. That makes a lot more sense. Let's see. David Smart says, all hail the snake pit. I'm so drunk. Yeah, awesome, man. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Dan Vasquez, Eric July ruined knitting for me. Can we get like everybody in the comment? Can you tell me what Eric July ruined for you? I need to know. That's gonna be the new meme now. Eric July ruined this for me. So damn funny. Replicate Patriot gifted a D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you so much. Greg Kirby says, bro, voter fraud in Georgia, 200,000 frauds in the house. Let's go. Jeremy Hambley ruined Geeks and Gamers for me, says Denny Tate. Look at that. Ripa's going to join the chat and he's going to be like, what the fuck are you? What did I do now? What did I do now? Let's see. Parker, member message. Thank you. Fantastic. Mr. Knox says that video of Hochul told to leave in the wake of the fallen New York PD cop was sad and funny at the same time. I agree with that. I agree with that 1,000%. Eric K says Jeremy Griggs ruined Geeks and Gamers for me. See that now we're getting somewhere. That's the way it goes right there. Jeremy's eyebrow says that image of Trump in the thumbnail real. 100%. Like that is a real image of Trump. I'm not making that up. Just so you know. So I tweeted this out. Like again. So Twitter is acting really weird for me right now. But that is a real image of Trump from what I understand. From what I understand, that's a real image of Trump. And Hillary Clinton very upset about that image because, I mean, we all know Hillary'd like a little piece of Big Donnie, but she ain't getting no Big Donnie. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, it's a credit to Trump. I mean, the guy obviously has a lot of time to work out, campaign, go to all these nonsensical trials, and still have like time to meet all of these people. It really is fantastic. So that is a real picture from what I understand though. So shout out to Donald Trump. There he is. There's Ripa. Ripa, somebody came in the chat and said, Eric July ruined Geeks and Gamers for me. So I was like, I mean, that's kind of a retarded statement, but maybe I should just bring Ripa on more often. That's just such a stupid thing to say. I was like, all right, I mean, I can't help you with that. So now the whole chat's just kind of typing what Ripa ruined for them. So there you go with that. Dude, energy is changing though. The energy is changing across the board. I saw this image right here. And yeah, man, shit is just, let's see. Day Tripper says, Eric exposed you guys with the chicken emojis. Yeah, it's really shown. My subscriptions are completely exploding on Geeks and Gamers. My revenue is exploding. The website's at an all-time high. CobraCast has been doing fantastic. Man, if that's Eric exposing me, please, Eric, continue to expose me. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you, so right now, Geeks and Gamers has gained almost 7,000 subscribers in the past 28 days. Please, Eric, ruin Geeks and Gamers for me more. Please, for the love of all that is wonderful out there, just please. By the way, chicken emojis in the chat. Why did those disappear after I made $6,000 off of you? Why did the chicken emojis disappear when I made $6,000 off of you? Did I scare you off? Bro, bring those chicken emojis back. I want to monetize you, okay? I want to monetize you. Why the fuck did they go away? Holy shit, I've never seen somebody back down so quickly. Like, that was bad. As a matter of fact, look at this too, by the way. Look at this. Speaking of Geeks and Gamers being destroyed, look at that right there. Number 4 in the United States of America yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. Number 4. Man, Geeks and Gamers is getting ruined, everybody. There's Papa Gundam right there. So yes, man, what am I going to do being ruined? It's so horrible. I hate being ruined like this. I hate it. Let's go. Look at that chat going fucking crazy. That's what I like to see. Let's go. Make it rain. Let's get a shit show going. I want to see gifted memberships, chicken emojis, super chats, 199s, all type of shit. Let's fucking go. I get hyped, man. I get hyped when I see stuff like this. So that's what it's all about. Okay, and speaking of that, we got leftists that are absolutely losing their minds as we speak. This is glorious right here. Okay, this is glorious. Look at that fucking chat. I don't want to switch away from the chat. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Look at this. All right, I got to switch away from the chat as much as I don't want to, because we have to show what is in store for us, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, all right? 2024 is upon us, okay? 2024 is upon us. And we are getting ready for one of the most glorious meltdowns. I can't stop looking at the chat. It's such a shit show. But here we go. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the most glorious things. And this is just a little bit of insight into what we are going to see as we get further into 2024. Here we go.
Are you kidding me, law enforcement? Are you kidding me? Tonight in Grand Rapids, multiple law enforcement officers stood behind Donald Trump as he spoke. People that are elected officials like sheriffs, others hired to protect and enforce the law for the entire citizenry, not for a political party, explicitly forbidden from being a partisan, authoritarian police force standing on stage, entirely unethical, probably illegal, on top of which Donald Trump has been indicted 91 times. He's liable for sexual assault. His entire business was found to be fraudulent. And law enforcement has the fucking gall to stand on stage with him. Enough is enough!
Yes! Yes! That's what the Ripa haters are always out there doing on social media every day, just screeching. It's so funny. But yes, in respect to this particular topic, this is what we have to look forward to into 2024. Okay. Now, all know I have the Trump intro. Trump won't win. We need to work towards a brand new intro. That's what we have to have. We have to have a brand new intro in November. Well, technically, we would have to probably release the new intro in January of 2025 after Trump is officially inaugurated. But we'll compile all of that, and it will be glorious. It will be glorious. So that is what we are working towards right there. Again, one more time for the people in the back, okay? One more time.
Are you kidding me, law enforcement? Are you kidding me? Tonight in Grand Rapids, multiple law enforcement officers stood behind Donald Trump as he spoke. People that are elected officials like sheriffs, others hired to protect and enforce the law for the entire citizenry, not for a political party, explicitly forbidden from being a partisan authoritarian police force standing on stage, entirely unethical, probably illegal, on top of which Donald Trump has been indicted 91 times. He's liable for sexual assault. His entire business was found to be fraudulent. And law enforcement has the fucking gall to stand on stage with him. Enough is enough.
That's the greatest video I've ever seen. Holy shit. Whoa, and Trump has so much momentum right now. Like, again, the energy is 1,000% shifting, all right? The energy is shifting. There's no doubt about that, and you're seeing it across the board. We're seeing it everywhere. Like, holy crap, these pictures that people are taking of, like, Barron Trump, and, like, look at Barron Trump. Look at Barron freaking Trump. What a Chad. What an absolute Chad standing there with Patrick, Bet, David, multiple people right there. And this is all taking place at Mar-a-Lago. This guy right here took a picture of Donald Trump the other day. Let me see if I can find it. And Trump looks like he's aging backwards. Trump's like aging backwards. It's absolutely insane. Twitter is acting really strange right now. I'm trying to find it. This guy looks like... he doesn't tweet too. March 30th. Let's see. Where's this picture that he took with Trump, if I can find it? But yeah, he posted this picture of Trump and him, and it's like Trump is like literally like aging in the opposite direction. It's crazy. I can't find it right now. Is Twitter running slow on desktop for anybody else? Like, a lot of the images are not loading for me, and I don't know why. See if I can find it right here. Here we go. Here's the picture right here. If it'll load. Twitter just sucks right now. Desktop view. There. See how long it's taking to load? But there. Look at Trump. Trump is aging in reverse. He's defeating Father Time. And he's jacked. Like, absolutely ripped. 6'3", 215 pounds easily. But yeah, man, this is insane. And the energy is all over the place right now. MAGA momentum is a real thing. It's happening. And you have the leftists out there completely losing their minds, loving every single second of it. All right, let's see. I saw my boy Linko Kenobi in the house with a 50. Says it says, what's up, Jeremy? I just finished watching Beardo playing Helldivers 2. I love to bring democracy to the greatest game ever. Let's bring democracy to this channel. Hail the 199. Thank you so much, Linko Kenobi. Helldivers 2 is fantastic for sure. Hayden Wayne for 10 says, chickens make money. That's why people open chicken restaurants. Hail Ripaverse. Hail the 199. You know what? I've got a great reason to bring more chickens to the chat. All right. Not for the fact that I'll monetize them. Again, anytime you see chickens in the chat, that means you got to send me super chats. Remember that. Never forget that. But I have a fantastic reason. All right. Since people were having the chicken emojis. All right. Look at this right here. Okay. This is glorious. Like, I sometimes I just don't. Sometimes I don't think that things are real. I see a story and I'm like, there's no way that's real. Oh, it's real. New manager of fried chicken chain claims criticism of his restaurant is racist. He says the only reason they got customer complaints is because they're not the other color. He attempted to defend his statement, saying that if you thought he was being racist, you're the one who's really racist. All right? Chickens in the chat.
What was supposed to be a positive development in the heart of Huntington has turned into controversy after accusations of racism and discrimination went viral on social media.
We're talking about Crispy's Chicken. It's a restaurant owned by NFL Hall of Famer Randy Moss. But as 13 News reporter Jordan Meade tells us, the manager of the restaurant says the community isn't supporting the business, and he claims it has nothing to do with the food.
The original video.
Great energy, great food. You know, Randy Moss took his time out, invested his money.
That sparked it all.
But since we've been here for the past few months, it has been nothing but negativity from the community not supporting.
That's the manager of Crispy's Chicken, a fast food restaurant in Huntington. In the video posted just last week, he lashes out at the community, saying their criticism goes beyond the food and service.
The entire community is filled with negativity. Being an African-American company, this is what we deal with on a regular basis. Unfortunate, you know.
Why aren't you white people going and getting some chickens? I've made a lot of money off chickens. I don't know why they can't make money off chickens. I don't know what the problem is. You bring chickens in my chat, I make money. I make super chat donations. That's how it goes. So why can't you guys do that? Oh, well, I guess because I'm a white guy. That's the way I'm able to monetize it. That's the way I'm able to do it, I guess.
No, we're not the other color, which is unfortunate to you guys, because if we were the other color, I'm sure it would be.
Bully Hunter 199 is here and says, here I am again to bully this streamer. Usually something happens whenever Bully Hunter 199 says that. Usually something happens in the chat.
A lot more respect.
After the backlash from his post, the manager, who would only tell us his first name, called out a local host of a podcast to do an interview.
We tried to be positive and having a positive effect on the community, but it just wasn't happening.
But from that interview came more controversy.
What did our community do? They tore us down, like they always do. The African American community, we are known to tear each other down. The Chinese is not known for it. The Europeans, nobody else is known for it.
That's something that Talk Huntington host David Williams, who goes by the on-air name of Alligator Jackson, says he tried to de-escalate while addressing complaints. 13 News spoke to Kurt today. He doubled down on his statements.
Anybody that misunderstood what I said on that video, you have to think. It was clear as day what I said. It was clear. It was clear that that's what African Americans been going through for centuries. It's clear. But you know what these people did on that post? They took it and made it a race thing. That's what they did. They made it a black and white thing. And for me, if you feel like it was a race thing, then in my opinion, it hits your heart. So maybe it is a little bit of racism within yourself.
You brought race into it. You introduced race. Holy shit. What is happening? How is this real life? How is this real life? Holy crap. Oh my goodness. Bully Hunter 199 drops 20 gifted memberships. Let's freaking go. Although it doesn't look like they actually went through for some reason. There's been some, they've been getting held up a little bit. So I don't know if they're going to go through or not. We'll see. Let's go to this crazy ass chat right now and see what's going on. But yes, chicken is racist apparently. And if you don't go buy chicken from this particular chicken place owned by Randy Moss, you are a racist apparently. But if you took his comments saying that you're racist for not going there, then you must be the racist. What? That doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense whatsoever. What a weird, weird, weird situation. But it is what it is. Chicken manager is racist. Absolutely, man. What a world we're living in there. Yeah, for some reason, those 20 gifted memberships are not registering yet. So if they go through, let me know. Sometimes it gets a little hung up. Let's see. We got Hayden, where'd Hayden Wayne? Had a 20 somewhere I got to get to. Hayden Wayne says, Eric July ruined the government, the U.S. government for me. Now I'm an ANCAP. Absolutely. I love this new kind of Eric July ruined whatever for me. That's a great new meme we have created here. So, yeah, man. Absolutely hilarious. Okay, so there's a lot going on with Hillary Clinton. There's a lot going on with Stephen A. Smith getting involved in a lot of this stuff. And, you know, I do think that everybody, and I've talked about this a lot, but everybody has to fully prepare for what is about to happen. All right? Everybody has to prepare for what's about to happen. I've talked about this a lot. I've talked about this multiple times. And 2024, we have seen nothing yet. We have seen absolutely nothing. All right? And that's the problem, is you think it's gotten crazy? Well, it hasn't gotten crazy yet. And Hillary Clinton being out there talking about things is kind of a sign that we're getting ready. We're getting ready for something insane. So let's listen. And this is from Black Conservative Perspective, who obviously does great work. Let's see. Before that, we got Mr. Is it Pock? Says, for 20, says, I felt like staying on Rumble today. Usually, I'm my dude, Mr. P, on YouTube, but may come over to Rumble more. The closer we get to the election, all hail the chats and the 199. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Whether you support us on Rumble, whether you support us on YouTube or Kick, either way is good with me. I see we got Cornboy who subscribed over on Kick. Thank you for that. And shout out to everybody that's watching us on Kick, Rumble, or YouTube. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. With that said, let's talk about this really quick. Here we go.
But it's Biden versus Trump. We
Yes,
know that.
it is. It is.
What do you say to voters who are upset that those are the two choices?
Get over yourself. Those are the two choices.
Yeah, love that.
Right? And
good.
you know, it's kind of like, one is old and effective and compassionate, has a heart, and really cares about people. And one is old and has been charged with 91 felonies.
Yeah, okay.
I mean...
Okay, interesting.
I don't understand why this is even a hard choice, really. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But we have to go through the election, and hopefully people will realize what's at stake, because it's an existential question. What kind of country we're going to have, what kind of democracy we're going to have. And people who blow that off are not paying attention, because it's not like Trump, his enablers, his empowerers, his allies are not telling us what they want to do. I mean, they're pretty clear about what kind of country they want.
Yeah.
And, you know, now this is all, and by the way, those gifted memberships did go through. So sometimes I get a little hung up. But yes, thank you, Bully Hunter 199. Previously Brock, by the way. That's Bully Hunter 199. But this type of stuff right here, like, this is why they have charged him. It's not about him actually being found guilty of anything, because we all know he has done absolutely nothing wrong. It's about running with the narrative. And this is going to be the Democratic narrative of just saying, well, he's been charged with 91 counts. It doesn't matter if he's been found guilty of anything or not. It's a talking point for them. They are willing to put taxpayer money. They are willing to put police units and take them away from actually doing their job, so that they have to deal with Trump coming to town and deal with all these court appearances. They're willing to spend all of this money just so they can say that Trump has been charged. That's all this is about. This is a campaign tactic. This is election interference. That's all it is. And that right there, what she just said, is a real insight into what their narrative is going to be. Now, if you remember, she went with the whole MAGA deplorables last time. She did the why am I not up by so many points, that freak out she did. All of that was terrible optics. This was bad optics for her as well. It's not going to play well. And essentially what she's trying to say is she's trying to attack the voters. That's essentially what she's doing. Get over it. Joe Biden's the nominee. Get over yourself. Vote for Biden. Get over yourself. And it's like, that is not what you need to be doing right now, which is exactly why I'm glad that you're doing it. Continue doing the very thing that you shouldn't be doing. Continue to disrespect the voters. Continue. Right now, Trump's momentum is gaining and Biden's is going away. MAGA momentum is moving in a light speed right now, and Biden's momentum is just dwindling away. So this is the perfect time for Hillary Clinton to come in there and run her mouth and say something really stupid. So I'm very glad that she did that. So thank you, Hillary. Keep running your mouth. Keep running your mouth. Now, in this video, let's play a little bit more. Again, Black Conservative Perspective. If you guys have not subscribed to his channel, you should. He does a great job.
Yeah. Get out there and vote.
Yes. Now, these people who are on the fence, what are you thinking? This is what Hillary's trying to say to people. What are you thinking? There is no choice here. You have a man, Joe Biden is a good person. He understands grief. He's lost a child. He's lost 2 children. He lost a wife. He's compassionate. He feels for Americans. This guy, he's a psychopath.
Yeah, but I think what Hillary...
All right, guys, so we got
this guy, he's a psychopath. Joe Biden has compassion. Oh, my gosh. Please, again, we have to understand that the more they say dumb shit like this, the better it is for Trump, the better it is for us. The more that they do stuff like this, the better it is. So cheer this stuff on. Encourage this type of behavior. Pray for this type of behavior because it's a losing method. The more they do this, it's a losing method.
to talk about Stephen A. Simp. I know. Another Stephen A. Simp video. But hey, this guy is making his rounds and he's talking about topics that are interesting to say the least, okay? Even though Stephen A. is very Trump deranged, I know a lot of people are misreading Stephen A. in regards to what his real intentions are, but there is some truth to the things that he's saying, especially in regards to criticisms of the Democrats. Now, where are the criticisms coming from? They're coming from this place of wanting Democrats to do better because he doesn't want Trump to win, right? This is why he's saying the things that he's saying, not because he's a Trump supporter, like a lot of people are misinterpreting.
Yes. Stephen A. Smith is, so again, as a sports fan, I've followed Stephen A. Smith for a long, long time. Stephen A. knows what he's talking about when it comes to basketball. He's really good. He's really knowledgeable. Stephen A. does not know what he's talking about in virtually any other sport. What Stephen A. does is that he names off a lot of players on like football teams and names a lot of just he adds a lot of fluff to his sports discussions outside of basketball. But he truly has no idea what he's talking about outside of basketball. But he likes to use a lot of fluff to make it seem like he delivers a lot of information with like players' names, but he does not know what he's talking about. Now, with the political side of things, he's doing a balancing act right now where he's trying to criticize the Democrats because he probably really does think that they're idiots, but he completely prefaces it by every time saying, well, I'm not voting for Trump, because he's not going to vote for Trump, because he's not allowed to vote for Trump.
And he has continued this by going on CNN and trashing Hillary Clinton in the recent comments that she made on the Jimmy Fallon show, where she basically trashed potential Biden voters who are still undecided, right? Voters that are saying, hey, you know what? I'm not necessarily sure about Biden or Trump, okay? She basically said, look, you need to get over it, right? And just fall in line and vote for Joe Biden, right? This is what she said. And Stephen A. Smith had a problem with that as he went on CNN to basically, go after Hillary Clinton for potentially turning off Biden voters. Take a look.
Stephen, great to have you on set. So what do you make of that? Get over it?
I don't think it was a very wise statement on her part. How did that work out for her in 2016?
Yes.
I think that's something that we have to recognize. Yes, she won the popular vote, but at the end of the day, she wasn't the president of the United States. It was him. You can look at her not campaigning in Wisconsin in the last days, not campaigning in Pennsylvania in the last days. You can look at some of the stuff that they were saying about her that sort of distracted things from where it should have been in terms of Comey and his report from the FBI. You can bring up a whole bunch of things, but at the end of the day, the last thing you need to do is to do anything that could agitate a potential voter in this particular election.
What do you make about the actual argument that she's making? I mean, she's basically saying 2 old people, yes, but they're substantively different. I mean, Trump has 91 counts against him.
Well,
and
listen,
if you're
nobody's brought that up more than me. 4 indictments, 91 counts, impeached twice. I'm not voting for him. I've said that to a lot of people. I've said that to you. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that at some point in time, you got to take into account what the voters thinking about.
Coward answer, by the way. Coward answer. And this is really like Stephen A. is trying to play both sides of this. And I've seen a lot of conservatives Like, I've seen a lot of conservatives be like, man, Stephen A's calling it like it is. No, he's not. No, he's not. If you've watched Stephen A. Smith, like I have, Stephen A. is a master of saying absolutely nothing while saying absolutely everything. And what I mean by that is he just puts a lot of information out there, but it's not a lot of real substance behind it. And that's what he's doing with this whole political tour that he's on.
The voters, a lot of them out there, tens of millions of them out there, by the way, don't care what he's going through right now. They don't care about his guilt or innocence, his perceived guilt or innocence. They don't care about the 91 counts that.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely care about it. They absolutely care about it. They care because they know he's not guilty of anything. And the voters know that Donald Trump would not be going through this if he were running for president of the if he were not running for president of the United States. None of this would be happening. We all know that this is election interference. We all know that this is the powers that be, the deep state, and a lot of powerful people that are just obsessed with ending Trump and his campaign, and they can't do it. They can't do it.
Thinking about their lives. And a lot of times we see politicians taking the positions that they're taking, and while we can respect their candor and their honesty, they do seem a bit detached at times from what the voters are actually feeling and what the voters are actually thinking. Nobody wants to hear that from Hillary Rodham Clinton at this particular moment in time, because especially if you're Joe Biden, what are you really worried about right now? You're worried about folks coming to the polls. You're worried about them showing up to the polls to vote for you. You're not worried even about them voting for Trump. You're worried about them not showing up to vote for you. That doesn't exactly encourage them to get up out of their seats and go to the polls.
Yeah, so you're seeing that, you heard that.
And I know a few people were saying, well, he's just talking about the voters aren't dissuaded by it. I get that, but my point being is that voters do care about whether Trump is guilty or innocent, and they are passionately on the side that the man is not guilty of anything, and that has made people want to support Trump even more. So the whole entire act of Trump being indicted has motivated people, because people look at it and they say, not only do I care about this, I'm downright furious that they are doing this to this man, because this does not represent the United States of America. I understand the point he was trying to make too, just to be clear.
Okay, you notice how Stephen A. once again has to make it clear, I'm not voting for Trump, right? I mean, every single interview, every single one, he has to come out here and say, I'm not voting for Trump. Don't get it twisted. I'm not voting for Trump, right? Again, why does he have to do that, right? Why does he have to do that, guys? Why does he have to do that? Well, it's because he is openly criticizing Democrats in a way that you would think, logically speaking, just listen to him talk, that he would vote for Trump, right? But he has to come out and say he's not voting for Trump because he doesn't want to upset his mainstream liberal media handlers, right? Do you guys think that Stephen A. would better have a job if he came out here and said, I'm voting for Trump? Hell no.
No, and dude, like, Stephen A. works for Disney, okay? Disney. He works for Disney. He works for ESPN, which is owned by Disney. Ain't no way in hell that he being, I think, he's either the top paid person at ESPN or he's second to Pat McAfee. But he is the face of ESPN because he's been there for so long. You think the face of ESPN would be able to come out and publicly say he's going to vote for Trump? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He would not be able to have a job at ESPN on First Take. They would be having conversations trying to ask Stephen A., why do you support Trump? Trying to convince him not to support Trump. So, again, Stephen A. ain't got the cojones to come out here and to say that he supports Trump, even though, again, just listening to what he's saying, the logical conclusion of what he's saying and the things that he constantly is complaining about when it comes to Democrats would lead you to believe that, hey, you're going to vote for Trump, right? And again, he's admitted that the country was in a much better place under Trump, okay? He's admitted that Democrats are doing a disservice with the way they're going about the political persecutions against Trump, the lawfare against Trump, okay? He has admitted that the Biden administration has not been great, okay? And again, if I had to press him, I guarantee if I had to ask Stephen A. Smith, Stephen A.,
why won't Stephen A. Smith go on with Greg? He's been doing this whole kind of tour, all right? Greg's got like almost 800,000 subscribers. He's getting hundreds of thousands of views. He's getting all types of traction. Why don't you go on with Greg? Have a conversation with him, Stephen A. I guarantee you Stephen A. wouldn't do it.
which presidency was better? Take out your personal beefs with Trump, right, and the things that he says. Take that out. Just on policy. Just policy for policy. Who's better, Trump or Biden? I guarantee you he say Trump. Guarantee you he say Trump. But yet, again, he's coming out here and he's consistently having to make it clear, I'm not going to vote for Trump. And that's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to. But I'm just pointing out, I just want to show you guys how much this guy is on a leash, right? How much this guy is on a leash and how these people in the mainstream liberal media, again, there's only a certain line they can cross, right? You can criticize Democrats, but if you cross into that line of being a Trump supporter, then it's over, right?
Yes.
It's over. And again, this is why Stephen A. is not crossing that line. But with that being said, what he's saying about Hillary is right. 100%. Okay, clearly Hillary has not learned from what happened after her basket of deplorables moment, right?
Well, so we have to understand about Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton, all right? Hillary Clinton is absolutely furious about 2016. She's never gotten over it, and she never will get over it. And that is why it's so freaking glorious that it happened. Hillary Clinton will never, ever, ever get over what happened in 2016. Hillary Clinton, for the rest of her life, will never be able to comfortably sleep at night because of what happened in 2016. No matter what happens, there's no scenario, there's nothing. There's nothing that will actually give her comfort because Donald Trump walked in there with Hillary Clinton having Hollywood, the mainstream media, the Bush crime family, the Clinton crime family, the Obama transgender family. She had all the support of everybody. She had the rhinos, the Democrats. They even threw Bernie under the bus. They did everything to clear the path for her, except for 6'3", 215 pounds, jacked. Donald Trump walked in the door and took over. Donald Trump walked in the door and took over. They couldn't do anything about it, and she will never be comfortable knowing that Donald Trump took that from her.
Right, where she basically tried to say that people who support Trump are a basket of deplorables, okay? Smeared basically half of the country as deplorable people, personally. And for whatever reason, you know, Democrats think that this is a winning strategy, right? To say that your opponents or the people that support your opponents are racist, are bigots. Well, you're just a bad person, right? You can't be voting for Trump because of the policies, because of the fact that, hey, the economy was in a much better place. You want a more secure border, that you just agree with his policies, even if you don't like him as a person. No. You have to have some level of bigotry in order to support Trump. Yeah, Stephen A. is right. That's not a winning strategy, right? That's not something that is actually going to help, okay? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, for as much as I am confused about individuals who are undecided, you know, I'm not going to come out here and to say that they're bad people or that they need to get over it. What I don't like, though, are people like Stephen A. who pretend to be an independent voter, right? Or a person whose mind can be swayed. But when it comes time to actually go to the ballot box and to vote in a way that you would think would be consistent with the things that he says, the criticisms of the Democrats, okay, and him basically admitting that the country's in a better place under Trump from a policy perspective, yeah, those people I think are the problem.
And he's right about that, because what we see with Stephen A. Smith is, do I think Stephen A. Smith is an intelligent person? I actually do. I do. You don't get to his level for as long as he's been around. And again, what he does, he was a basketball expert back in the day. That was what he was known for. He evolved into this kind of like everything kind of guy, and he's been exposed a couple times. Like, dude, if you look up the video of him trying to talk UFC with Joe Rogan, holy shit, man, it's bad. All right, it's bad. And Joe Rogan even like talked about it on his show. Like, it is horrendously bad. And that to me was like, that was where Stephen A. finally stepped into an area that he didn't know. And he stepped in it bad. It was really bad. You know, and I mean, in a lot of ways, like I do a lot of the, like, I talk about a lot of things, whether it be nerd stuff, video games, movies, you know, theme parks, politics, sports. When there's something that I don't know about, I simply just say, I don't know. Like when Star Trek comes up or Doctor Who or, shit that I don't follow. Like I just say, like, I don't know that. I don't know. When people ask me about certain things in politics, like I have a little knowledge on a lot of shit, but there's a lot of stuff that I don't know anything about that are kind of in the wheelhouses. And I just say, like, I don't know. Whereas, but I'm free to be my own person. Whereas Stephen A. He works for a company. And so he just bullshits really through a lot of stuff. But with that said, my point being is that I think Stephen A. is an intelligent person, but he also represents, like, this is a multimillionaire, hugely successful, the face of an entire company, and he obviously realizes what's going on. But he can't actually tell you what he thinks because he works for Disney. He can't actually tell you what he thinks. And that is what really is so amazing about this whole story, is it just really does give you that insight into the corporate structure of mainstream. He's not allowed, as much as he would love to tell you what he really thinks, he's walking that line, but he can't actually do it.
Right? I do have a problem with those type of people, right? I do have a problem with the Stephen A. Smiths of the world because what I think he's doing is cowardly, right? I think that other independents, okay, I mean, it could very well be that, hey, they may legitimately like some things that the Biden administration has done, but yet they still don't want to vote for him for a certain reason, right? Like, for example, what's happening when it comes to the conflict between Israel and Hamas, okay? I personally think that the pro-Palestinian protesters have been very useful tools, right, in their opposition against Joe Biden and coming out here and saying, hey, we're not going to vote for...
See, that's a classic example of like the whole Israel and Palestine and all that. Like, I don't really have a strong position on that entire scenario because I truly don't fully... it's not something I know a lot about. What I have a consistent position on is the cancel culture surrounding it and the identity politics surrounding it and what we've seen from something like the Daily Wire and how that whole thing has went about. That's really my whole stance on it. But ultimately, my official stance on it truly is as consistent as always been is I think we got problems in the United States of America that we need to worry about. That's really what we have problems in the U.S. And let's fix what's going on in our country. I care about what's going on in the United States of America. That's really what I care about. And when Trump was president, the United States of America was doing really good. And Donald Trump was working on all of this peace around the world, which was in return making things even better for the United States of America. So that second term for Trump, he would have been able to do so much more with that second term. He would have been able to do so much more because of all of the things that he was putting in place around the world. But unfortunately, he didn't get that second term. And I've made the argument that ultimately that's probably the best case scenario because he was still going to face an enormous amount of blowback to go through that second term. And I think now there's been a lot of people in the middle because of what happened in 2020 and what we've seen happen that I think now Trump is going to have more leverage as he goes into 2024 and wins and takes office in 2025. And it's Return of the MAGA King. As I've said many times, it comes down to Star Wars. 2016, A New Hope. That was Trump. 2020, The Empire Strikes Back. 2024, Return of the Jedi, Return of the MAGA King. That's what we are in the middle of right now.
Biden, because of this conflict in which they waged another protest vote in Wisconsin recently to show Joe Biden that, hey, we might not vote for you, right, in the general election if you don't do what we say. And this is a real threat towards Biden and the Democrats, okay, because these are the progressive voters, the progressive base of the Democrat Party that is basically about to abandon Biden, right? They're not going to show up to the polls over this issue. And again, the last thing the Democrats should be doing is out here smearing their independent voters, even though, hey, you know, if they want to continue to do
and I know what Greg is saying right there. This is exactly what the Democrats should be doing. Please, with your arrogance, Hillary Clinton and the Democratic Party, please continue to show how out of touch with reality you are and disrespect voters and show how elitist you are. Meanwhile, Trump's out there running on immigration, Christianity, and world peace. That's what Trump's running on. Those are the three kind of big things that he's running on. We want to fix the immigration problem. We want to support Christianity, and we want world peace. Sounds like a pretty strong winning ticket right there. Pretty damn good.
Do that, be my guest. But again, even the cackling hands at The View are admitting that, I'm not necessarily sure if this is a good idea.
Winning their respective primaries in 4 states yesterday: Connecticut, Rhode Island, New York, and Wisconsin. However, the uncommitted push continues to plague the Biden campaign. Uninstructed getting more than 8% of the vote in Wisconsin. In Connecticut, uncommitted tallied a total of 11% of the vote. It's an apparent protest vote in opposition to Biden's response to the Israel-Hamas war.
Based on Michigan and Wisconsin results, we know that the protest vote, the sort of ceasefire kind of votes in Michigan, were more than the margin of victory that Joe Biden won Michigan in 2020. So this is very real. And I think that you have a right. I believe a protest vote is part of democracy. I think that it's a good way to make your voice heard. But I would say to these folks, and these are Democrats, I'm a Republican, take it or leave it. But as an Arab American, you really think that Donald Trump would handle Gaza better than Joe Biden? If he thought it was politically advantageous, he would level Gaza without a second thought. And I think, unfortunately, we live in a binary world. I'm conflicted right now because I didn't like either options. But you have to think, what are the long-term repercussions for what matters most to you? And I think it would be a mistake for these folks to sit it out because it's not in their interest.
Well, people need to understand he negotiated the Abraham Accords, and he moved the United States Embassy.
These people are deranged, man. They are absolutely insane. What planet do you live in? Holy shit. Good Lord. I see you, Buford T. Justice is in the house with those gifted memberships. Thank you, Buford T. Justice.
To Jerusalem. So he is the most pro-Israel president running right now, more than Biden. So these people on the left who are protesting that, they should at least know that, which is what you're saying, and I'm just reiterating it.
Yes. And I actually just want to correct, it's approaching Biden's margin of victory in Michigan.
Yes.
It's 100,000 votes.
Yes. Now, these people who are on the fence, what are you thinking? This is what Hillary's trying to say to people. What are you thinking? There is no choice here. You have a man, Joe Biden is a good person. He understands grief. He's lost a child. He's lost 2 children. He lost a wife. He's compassionate. He feels for Americans. This guy, he's a psychopath.
Yeah, but I think what Hillary...
It physically hurts to hear someone so insane. But I have to remind myself of my own words that the more they do this, the better it is for Trump. But it is so hard to listen to such derangement, man. It is difficult. But again, focus on the bigger picture. The more they do shit like this, the better it is for Trump. That's the way we have to approach this.
It is really nice to watch Hillary Clinton not hold back. And for this reason, we are seeing more of actual Hillary Clinton since she stopped running and actively participating as a candidate herself. She's literally saying, obviously, like, it's a privilege to have more parties. I, as an independent, really wish we had more parties in general, not this election. So I get what she's saying, but at this point, it is... Get over yourself. It's a bipartisan system. You cannot change it.
I don't think that's going to work in Michigan with really, really angry voters. And I'm on the other side of the conflict.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work either, right? I do not think that telling the voters that are angry at you that, hey, you're bad because you don't want to go with the default choice of Joe Biden, that, hey, you rather just sit it out or not vote. I don't think that's going to work. But, hey, if they think this is going to work, then, hey, keep doing it, right? Keep doing
that is my thoughts on it. Keep doing it. Please keep doing it. And speaking of keep doing it, Alec Baldwin's finger just dropped 50 gifted memberships. 50 gifted memberships from the mad lad himself, ABF, who don't miss. He don't miss, ladies and gentlemen. Holy crap.
Right? Keep on antagonizing the far left, right? Keep doing what you're doing because, you know, if they continue to do that, then that's a pathway towards victory for Trump. But again, Stephen A. is right in the sense that, yeah, I mean, these progressive voters, if they don't show out, right, they have a reason not to vote for Biden, then it's over for him, right? He's not going to be able to win. And as it looks right now, that's certainly what's going to happen, right? That is going to be the catalyst for Joe Biden's loss, which is the progressive base sitting out. And the Democrats are so dumb that they continue to pour fuel on the fire by basically talking down and trying to scold these progressive voters for not just lining up and voting for Joe Biden. Again, regardless of whether or not I agree or disagree with their reasoning, doesn't matter to me, right? I'm just saying the last thing that you want to do is to talk down to these people who are going to be the key to winning the election. Because, again, if they don't show up, it's over for Biden. So, hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.
So, by the way, I really was not intending to watch the whole video, but Greg does such a great job. So again, for the few of you maybe that don't know about his channel, please consider going and subscribing. He does fantastic content. I'm a huge fan. And yeah, I know at some point I'd like to do something with him, like a video or something, so maybe we can work that out down the road. But yeah, Greg's a great guy, so really appreciate him. I was not intending to watch that whole thing, but he's just so good at what he does. So, but thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it, and we have a lot more to talk about. There's actually some really glorious meltdowns to discuss here in just a second. And there's this weird chick that had a really interesting meltdown that we're going to talk about. But I want to tell you guys really quickly about something if you're interested. And, and again, you don't have to if you don't want to. I totally understand. But I do have a new channel to tell you all about. That's right, a new channel. And I'm interested how many subscribers we are going to get. New channel, D-Day Cobra Clips. So what this is going to be is a lot of small, like 1 minute, 2 minute, maybe long form stuff. Things that I don't want to put on the main channel here. But this is just going to be a small clips channel. A lot of variety over here, okay? There's going to be a lot of stuff. So mods are going to be dropping links. This is something I've been back and forth on. But D-Day Cobra Clips. So you're going to start getting stuff probably as soon as tomorrow from this stream and other places. I would love to hit 1,000 subscribers. I don't know if that's possible. We got like 2,000 people watching right now. Rumble, for you guys, I need to work on the syncing issue, but I think the syncing issue is messed up. But essentially, I would not create a D-Day Cobra Clips channel for Rumble. I would just funnel all that through the main D-Day Cobra channel on Rumble because with YouTube, the algorithm, you have to play a lot of games and all that with the algorithm, so just keep that in mind. But mods are dropping links right now, and I can actually pin one of your guys' comments here in just a second when I can get back in the chat. But thank you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do over there, so that's going to be a lot of fun. D-Day Cobra Clips. Why is this not working? There we go. So I will pin that, and you guys can go subscribe over there if you're interested. And maybe you are, maybe you aren't. There's Cam Mans. I'll get his. Pin that message right there. And let's see how many we can get. Can we hit 1,000 subscribers tonight? Maybe, maybe not. Legalize Adulthood just dropped 20 gifted memberships. Let's freaking go. Legalize Adulthood. Thank you, brother. How are you, Legalize Adulthood? I wanted to talk about this person right here. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this video, but it's just too good to pass up on. This is just way too good to pass up on. But before we do that, Legalize Adulthood just dropped a proper 199 and says, Dave Rubin saw your new channel announcement and he wants to know if this channel is going to be dedicated to play-by-play recounting of your bottom surgery. Ultra Mega MAGA 2024, baby. Let's go. I love how every one of Legalized Adulthood's big 199s has something to do with Dave Rubin. Legalize Adulthood in the house. All right, so we got to listen to this because there's a follow-up to this, okay? So let's listen to this. This is a leftist, all right? This is what it is.
Moved to Florida. Things have been going great. Love the weather. St. Petersburg is beautiful. I'm obsessed. However, it has been hard to make friends, which is natural as an adult. It's really difficult. I work from home. I live alone. I live in a house even. There's just like no way to meet people. So I downloaded the Meetup app and I went to a Meetup event. Met a lot of cool people. Exchanged numbers. Got this one from a girl. Super cute. Fun. And she invited me. And this is, let me just make this clear.
What the heck? Oh, so she still got to talk. I hope that music doesn't hit me.
She invited me to a UFC fight, to watch a UFC fight at a sports bar.
Dude, like, they're so, like, out of, like, they don't understand the real world. Like, UFC is, like, this whole, like, a cultural event. There's nothing wrong with that. But it gets better.
You don't need to know much about me to know. That's not really my scene. No, it's not. But are we desperate? Yes. I start thinking.
She said she's desperate. She admits to being desperate. Just saying.
You know what? Hemingway liked to fight. Maybe some of these people are also really into classic literature. That was really sweet of me. That was really sweet of me to think. But basically it looked like a frat party. Duh. Which is, again, fine. I'm there to chat with the girlies. Conversations were leaning conservative about vaccines and then, you know, Donald Trump shows up on the TV.
Yes.
Like he goes to the UFC fight.
Yes.
And the entire sports bar erupts.
Yeah.
Into chanting USA. 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 I, first of all, am now floating above my body, watching from above, going, how did this happen? Trying to stay calm, trying to act normal. The sweet girl next to me goes, what can I say? I love the guy.
Yes. Yes. Dude, this is a leftist right here. Like, they live in such a bubble. They live in such a bubble. They don't understand what it's like to live in America, live in the freedom of America, and love America. They have no idea. They live in their liberal bubble, and they don't understand what... This is a perfect example of liberalism and what it does to a person's mind. Like, the energy that you feel when you're in a place like that, in an environment like that. Like, I don't drink. I've never drank alcohol ever. I've made that clear many times. I do love going to a bar and hanging out and watching like an event where everybody's on the same page and there's energy. You know, I'm a sports fan, so I love going to a bar and hanging out. And, you know, if it's a football game or something like that and there's all this energy and there's chanting and there's a lot going on, it's just a cool freaking environment to be part of. Regardless of, like, you know, if it's my scene or not, it's a cool environment to be part of. This is a liberal who has had their bubble popped, and they are terrified.
I called an Uber almost immediately. I almost started crying in the bar. Got right in an Uber, and I scurried away. So basically, things are going wild.
Wild, man. Wild story. Now, she's got another video right here that I have not watched. Okay, I've not watched this video. But here's Mary Morgan from Timcast. And she says, is it too much to ask for a direct, assertive, confident, feminist man? Yes, he does not exist. All right, so listen to this. She's looking for a feminist man. This is glorious.
Y'all, I have so many stories. You think that making friends as a liberal in Florida is hard? Should we talk about dating? Should we talk about dating? And first of all, for all the people that would be like, why'd you move to Florida? First, leave these gorgeous white sand beaches to the Trumpers? I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay? Second of all, I have collected some data that there are two types of men. There are two types of men. They are, one, confident, attractive, assertive, direct, misogynistic.
She's describing Trump.
Douchebags. Or two,
Trump.
kind, sweet, thoughtful, feminist, caring, and have the sexual prowess of a teddy bear.
What?
So that's what we're working with. And I would love for someone to prove me wrong. Is it too much to ask to want a direct, assertive, and confident feminist man who can also pick me up and throw me? Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
We are looking at a future, okay? We are looking at a future single mother, okay? What is going to happen with this particular individual is she's going to find her dream man. Oh, she's going to find him, okay? He's going to be sweet. He's going to be kind. He's going to be 5 times boosted. He's going to tell her how much he hates Donald Trump. He's going to tell her how much he loves the black people and how much, he stands for gay rights. And he's going to tell her how sensitive he is. And he's going to tell her everything she wants to hear. And he's going to get exactly what he wants. And she is going to get massively hurt by the situation because there is no such thing as a good male feminist. Male feminists are horrible people. All right. She is walking right into this situation. And it's sad. It really is sad, but it's the reality of it. I mean, I guess she's going to have to learn the hard way. But yes, a male feminist, red flags all over the place with a male feminist. Always a red flag. So this is not going to end well for her. But maybe she'll wake up to the reality of the situation and understand that, being MAGA and, being, on outside of that liberal bubble is the way to go. But I don't know, man. Doesn't sound like she's going to learn. It sounds like I'd like to know where she's from, that brought her to this place. Very, very strange indeed. All right, let's do a quick refresh of D-Day Cobra clips. So at the time I shared this with you guys, I had 2 subscribers. Any guesses? Any guesses on what the refresh is going to give us? What's the refresh going to give us? Here we go. The refresh, 109. Oh, what if we would have had a 199? Holy shit. That would have been amazing if it was 199. Let's see. Hang on. Oh, 194. All right. Can we? We're only going to get one chance to get 199. Oh, look at there. Boys, we did it. We did it. Holy shit. Nobody subscribed. Look at that on the refresh. Dude, what are the chances that we got? I mean, because as soon as I hit refresh, it's over. All right. As soon as I hit refresh, it's over. That's what's crazy. Like, as soon as I hit refresh, it's done. So we have it right there at the 199. It's never going to happen again on this channel. Let's see where the refresh takes us. Refresh. 220. There you go. That is awesome. It could have been 198. It could have been 200, 201. It stopped on 199. So again, if you guys are interested, there will be a lot of smaller uploads, quick uploads, things like that. Little things that are happening on streams and discussions. It won't be specifically like political stuff. There will be all types of stuff on there, but a lot of the CobraCast stuff will be over there on that channel. But there might be stuff from like Geeks and Gamers and things like that. And so we'll see. But I appreciate you guys supporting us over there. And we'll see how many we have by the end of the night. We're up to 238 right now, which is pretty damn cool. All right, so there's more to talk about. There's more nonsense out there. No doubt about it. There always is a little bit of nonsense. We're never short on nonsense around these parts. And I just want to show you guys this clip right here from Sage Steele. Now, and there's some interesting kind of levels to this, okay? So this is from In Wokeness, and it says, Sage Steele admits that her entire interview of Biden was carefully scripted by network executives. Every single question was scripted and gone over dozens of times by multiple editors and executives. Now, this was back in March 31st of 2023 on ESPN. Now, if you don't know, Sage Steele is no longer with the network. She's very outspoken about a lot of the problems that she had with the network. But I want to talk about this really quick.
Here as we get set for a wonderful day in sports. Opening day for America's national pastime.
This was about 2 months after he took office. That was an interesting experience in its own right because it was so structured, and I was told, you will say every word that we write out. You will not deviate from the script and go to the word. Like every single question was scripted, gone over dozens of times by many executives, editors and executives. Absolutely. I was on script and was told not to deviate. It was very much, this is what you will ask. This is how you will say it. No follow-ups. No follow-ups. Next. I knew that this was a lot bigger than just the wonderful editors that I worked with. This went up to the fourth floor, as we said, that where all the bosses, the top executives, the decision makers are, the president of our company, the CEO, where they all work.
Here as we get.
So I don't really have a problem with this if we're dealing with consistency. But this is where my problem is that Donald Trump would not get this same level of respect. And this is where the problem is. Like, I do understand, like, if you're interviewing the president of the United States of America in a normal situation, you're going to want everybody involved to make sure that, hey, let's make sure we don't deviate from the script. We make sure that we do this. Donald Trump doesn't get that same respect. Donald Trump does not get that same respect. And that is the problem with this entire scenario, is that as long as the presidency has been a thing in my lifetime, the president has always had a certain level of respect wherever he was until Donald Trump got elected. And suddenly that went out the window. Suddenly you had sports teams saying we're not going to go to the White House. Suddenly you had ESPN not wanting to feature President Trump on their network. Suddenly you had all of these reporters being disrespectful. And that is my issue with it right there. It's not that there was a scripted nature of that particular interview. It's that Donald Trump doesn't get the same respect from these networks. So it's bullshit, but it's the reality of it. But on that note, because I like you guys, all right? And I know you're a big fan of Anna Paulina Luna. Let's listen to Anna Paulina Luna call out the Biden administration over this claim right here, this Biden-Harris HQ being absolute scumbags. Let's listen to Anna Paulina Luna.
Oh man, Biden HQ. You could not possibly get worse at your job. The fact is that one, why don't you guys roll the full clip? Because if you listen to the full clip, you will see that Trump is talking about illegal immigration, but you guys know that. Just like you guys conveniently left off the fact that you guys proclaimed Trans Awareness Day on Easter, knowing that it's the biggest Christian and Catholic holiday across the world, but you conveniently left it off your Spanish-speaking media for the White House. Why is that? I think it's because you guys are polling terrible with Hispanic Americans, which are now the largest voting minority in the country, specifically those of Mexican descent. And oh yeah, the numbers for Hispanic Americans and Black Americans are voting in droves in favor of President Trump's platform, and Republicans in numbers that we haven't seen since the 1950s, which means you guys are losing, and you know this. In fact, a majority of America knows this. So you guys can try to lie your way out of this one, but I'm pretty sure people will be bringing receipts. Have a nice day.
Crushed them. So Anna Paulina Luna is awesome. If you guys don't know, this is Anna Paulina Luna. She's a congresswoman from Florida, and she's awesome. I actually met her at a DeSantis event back when I was actually a DeSantis person before DeSantis turned on Trump. And but that's another story for another time. But yeah, she's cool. I like her. She's cool peeps. And yeah, I mean, the MAGA momentum it's pretty crazy right now. And I don't think I've felt the momentum like this in a long, long time. It really is. It really is crazy. And as we know, like we have a lot of people that are getting desperate because of this. So, and that's why I showed you that freak out earlier. And this is Byron Donalds showing this clip right here.
The Democrats say, please don't call them animals. They're humans. I said, no, they're not humans. They're not humans. They're animals.
He's calling immigrants animals.
Call migrants animals. Calling undocumented migrants animals. Calling immigrants animals.
About migrants, calling them not human.
Not all immigrants are animals, like he called them today. Like, that's an incendiary statement that's just so divisive and so hateful that it's kind of hard to understand what's happening.
A student in Georgia who was barbarically murdered by an illegal alien animal. The Democrats say, please don't call them animals. They're humans. I said, no, they're not humans. They're not humans. They're animals. And Nancy Pelosi told me that. She said, please don't use the word animal, sir, when you're talking about these people. I said, I'll use the word animal because that's what they are. I'll never forget my vow to her.
The police report reveals that the 22-year-old was beaten to death with a mystery object, beaten so badly that she suffered a, quote, disfigured skull. Her body was then reportedly dragged to a secluded area. The suspect in this atrocious crime is a Venezuelan illegal immigrant who crossed the border back in 2022.
I'm so glad that Elon Musk purchased Twitter. I really am. Like, I'm so glad. And that's why this type of information previously would have, their narrative would have been perfectly fine. They would have been able to run with that narrative, and they would have been able to spread the lies and spread the bullshit. And but luckily, Elon Musk owns Twitter right now. And I do believe that Twitter, with the opportunities that we are seeing with the power of information right now, I believe Twitter is going to be a monumental piece to the puzzle of getting Donald Trump back in office. And for that, look at this right here. This is Elon Musk. Tweet this out. Traffic on X reaches all-time high. So right now, Twitter is reaching an all-time high in terms of traffic. And it's only going up. It's only going up further. And as we get closer to this election, shit like this is monumentally important. Twitter hitting all-time highs in traffic, and it's only going to go up. So I'm really happy about that. And information is powerful right now, more powerful than it's ever been. And thankfully, with Elon purchasing Twitter, we are able to see the truth, because the lies that they are trying to spread against President Trump right now is crazy. And the more that we see stuff like that, the more we're going to get freakouts like this, because this is why these things are happening, because Trump is winning.
Are you kidding me, law enforcement? Are you kidding me? Tonight in Grand Rapids, multiple law enforcement officers stood behind Donald Trump as he spoke. People that are elected officials like sheriffs, others hired to protect and enforce the law for the entire citizenry, not for a political party, explicitly forbidden from being a partisan authoritarian police force, standing on stage, entirely unethical, probably illegal, on top of which Donald Trump has been indicted 91 times. He's liable for sexual assault. His entire business was found to be fraudulent. And law enforcement has the fucking gall to stand on stage with him. Enough is enough.
Oh, man. So good. So good to see that. I love it so much. And again, we're going to see a lot more of that. So get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. Oh, man. It's glorious. I love it so damn much. Okay. So let me catch a few super chats really quickly. Hayden Wayne, and this is earlier when we were talking about the chicken restaurant. And again, we super chats start rolling in, gifter memberships rolling in, and the chickens disappear again. if you guys like, I mean, I don't mean to scare the chicken spammers off, but I expect better of you. All right. Is a little bit of money and gifted memberships going to scare you off every time? Chickens in the chat. Don't let the chickens go away. Give me chickens, give me money, give me 199s, give me gifted memberships. Let's fucking go. Hayden Wayne says, Randy Moss, get your restaurant manager away from the media. He's nuts. Absolutely. Hayden Wayne says, I need to look into it a bit, but I'm hearing rumors that Hunter Biden was involved in the creation of a money transfer service app in conjunction with the Mexican government. Supposedly untraceable, but they take a cut naturally. That's interesting. By the way, Hayden, Kirsch reached out to me, so I have connected with the Kirsch. So we talked and told Kirsch that I would be in contact in a few days, see if we can work something out. But yeah, we did connect over on Twitter, so that's super cool. Ministry of Wrong Thing says, Hillary's wearing purple again. Pay attention to the number of times she wears the color purple when public speaking. She did this before when signaling to the deep state about a coup against Trump. The color revolution is back. Interesting. Okay. Hayden Wayne says in January 2018, $100 had the same buying power as $125.20 in February 2024. Just some food for thought. Munch on that. It is wild to think about where things are. Thank you, Hayden. And Hayden again for 20 says, remember when Joe dragged an entire press junket into the hospital room where his son Bo was staying after his mother and sister died in a car accident? Yeah, Joe used the hospital room to push the compassionate view of him. 1,000%. Yeah, I don't really like, I'm not judging anybody again. So, people handle things differently. Joe Biden, I will judge 1,000%. I'm just talking about in general. Like for me, like obviously I have a following, and I'm very thankful for that following. I try not to ever, I don't know, man. I just think you have to be, as long as you're respectful to the people, I feel like the people will take care of you. So it's like, obviously like Monday I couldn't do CobraCast, and, I'm not going to get into the details of what happened. It was not an easy situation to deal with, but all good now. But yeah, I could sit here and go like, oh guys, this happened and XYZ happened and this is horrible. Send me it's just, so you got it. Like Joe Biden using like family tragedy is a pure political move for compassionate points and he's going to use that for down the road. And then you have Joy Behar trying to use his tragedy to try to say he's a great person and Donald Trump's a horrible person. It's just such a fucking disgusting thing that I hope people will see through that shit. You know what I mean? Alan Tanasi for 20 says, I will admit I voted Gary Johnson in 2016, but because I didn't want to be part of the body count, I voted Trump 2024 or 2020 and 20 hang on, and in 2004, did you mean Trump 2024? Because you said Trump 2004, but I think you meant 2024. Hail the 199 scan in. Thank you, Alan Tanasi. Yeah, I mean, really, it's not even a problem. Like, I don't care if people didn't vote for Trump in 2016. I do care if you didn't vote for him in 2020, because I'm kind of like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, how did you not vote for him in 2020? But hey, it is what it is. Okay, if you didn't vote for him in 2020, if you are not voting for Trump in 2024, what the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously. If you're watching CobraCast and you're not voting for Trump, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I seriously have to question that. Absolutely insane. But yeah, Alan, appreciate you, brother. Hayden Wayne says, Papa Gundam and Kirsch talked about it a bit tonight. Weak men created hard times. The weirdos took control and ruined men and women. There are still plenty of normal people, but dating is a minefield. That woman is a mine. Oh yeah, 1,000%. I mean, honestly, that woman that we watched earlier, I have someone for you right here. If you're interested in a really sweet, compassionate male feminist who will just, tell you how Trump is terrible and, how vaccines are great and he's got his 5th booster. I mean, I think we got a match made in heaven right here, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I think we got a match made in heaven right here, all right? So, I mean, could CobraCast be, like, bringing liberals together to experience temporary happiness? Maybe. I don't know. Darth Eraser says, Jeremy, pay attention to the House of Representatives. It's becoming a razor-thin margin. Could be rhinos resigning or MAGA Republicans quitting over the new House leader. Going along with Biden's spending increases, very troubling. I have seen a lot of that, for sure. I have seen some of that going on. Let's see. Fable of Man dropped 20 gifted memberships. Holy crap. Thank you, Fable of Man. And Fake Tie Dude dropped 5 gifted memberships. Dude, you guys are insane tonight. Thank you so much. I mean, I know I have fun with the whole, like, when people come in here and spam chat, you know, how is it? It's, let's see. Is it Kyersha? Is that it? Kyersha? Is that how you say it? Kyersha? Am I saying that correctly? But yeah, so we obviously have fun with that when people come in here. Like, again, man, I don't know. You're not gonna like troll me. Like, I'm going to win if you come in here and try to troll me. I have that attitude where if I'm walking down the street and I'm minding my own business and somebody walks up to me for no reason and they're just a dick, well, then I'm going to be a bigger dick. That's just how my mindset is. And so, yeah, I will always kind of go back to, like, man, just because I made $6,000 off the chickens in my chat, you guys disappeared. Fuck that. Fuck that. I'll keep monetizing you. And we'll keep rolling away with it. It'll be fun. So, all right, let's see. We've got David Smart says, it's WrestleMania weekend. Hell yeah. Yeah, man. I've honestly been paying a lot of attention to professional wrestling recently. I just haven't had time to make any videos on it because I've had so many other things that I'm covering, and the gaming stuff is keeping me really busy. But I've been really keeping up with wrestling, and The Rock, as much as I can't stand The Rock, I do not like Dwayne Johnson. I can't stand Dwayne Johnson. The Rock has been phenomenal on WWE. He has been crushing it. Holy shit, man. So, I mean, and of course the Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns and all that. CM Punk did this insane shoot interview the other day. So that was crazy. So anyway, Eric says, ruin Geeks and Gamers harder, Daddy. Yeah, damn it, Eric. Why do you keep ruining Geeks and Gamers? Eric's just ruining everything, man. Ruining comics, ruining Geeks and Gamers. I think that's kind of a testament to, like, what people need to see. Like, when you are at the top of anything, the knives are out, bro. I mean, holy shit. The knives are out. When you are the top person, that's the way it is. And Ripa's the top guy. And holy shit, the things that I get drug into. They're saying, like, I hear people, like, claiming that I am in business with Eric July, and that's why I won't criticize him, which is the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life. Even if I was, and I'm not in business with Eric, but even if I was, I'd say whatever the fuck I wanted to say. I don't give a shit. And that's just me and Ripa are friends like that. Like, I don't give a shit what, like, I don't check with Ripa when I have my Trump praise, which he doesn't agree with. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, like I talked about on Main Event the other night, and it was the first time Ripa had heard it. And we had a person on the website that wrote this, like, pretty critical, like, blog post of Ripa. This is months ago. And everybody that hates Ripa picked up on it. And basically, like, Geeks and Gamers community's turning on Ripa, guys. And I'm just like, okay. So anyway, that was stupid, but people just fundamentally don't understand what Geeks and Gamers is. But anyway, a lot of people ran with that blog post, and they're like, G&G fans are turning on Ripa, guys. And I was aware of it. I was like, okay, I don't care if people go to my forums and talk bad about literally anybody I'm connected with. I don't give a shit. So then, months later, I put an open invite to people that were, like, could apply to the website. And that person applied to write for the website. And it was brought to me, and they're like, hey, what do you think about this? I'm like, it's a good writer. Do you want him? Okay. I don't give a shit if you criticize Ripa. I don't give a fuck. That kind of goes against the whole Jeremy's protecting Ripa narrative, doesn't it? And Ripa had no idea about it until I told him in front of 4,000 people last night on Tuesday night's Main Event. So it's just retarded. So that's why I just laugh at it and move forward and watch my channel grow and watch Ripaverse make more money and watch Friday Night Tights hit record numbers. Jay Ritzy says DEI didn't earn it. What's up, my DEIs? What's up, my DEIs? Rye the Guy says Joe Biden understands grief. Is this the same Joe Biden that continued to check his watch as deceased soldiers' coffins were taken off an airplane and can't get the name Laken Riley right? Absolutely. That's the exact same person. The exact same person. Let's see. River Miles says, video of 5'3", 215-pound Hillary being thrown into a van in New York City. Yeah, dude, that was a wild video. Like, Eric, I don't know if you can find that one, man, but yeah, that's a wild video. Bully Hunter 199 says, I can't fix her, but I can make her worse. I like it. I like it. Dude, I love when you guys put 199 in your screen names. That's fantastic. Nocturnal for 10 says she holds it together pretty well for a complete fucking lunatic. Hail the 199. Hail. We've got almost 300 people over on Rumble, by the way. I appreciate it. Rhino Helix has subscribed over on Kick as well. I have the chats open on all three of these. So I see the YouTube chat, I see the Kick chat, I see the Rumble chat. JM the Elite Fan for $25 on Rumble says, friendly reminder, Stephen A was also the same dude that told Jalen Rose, I've been coming, I'ma come to come. Skip's been coming, he's gonna continue to come, and people just need to get over that. Yeah, Stephen A's got a lot of funny kind of like remarks over the years that he's made. Because again, he just talks in circles. Like for anybody that's a sports fan, okay, for anybody that's a sports fan, all right, if you just pay attention to like Stephen A, he always, what he does is when he's talking about like football or like if they talk about like a football team during the NFL season, he'll take like a team and he'll name a couple of players on the team, and then he'll say, and them boys. So he'll name a couple of names that makes it seem like he knows what's going on, and he'll say, and them boys, man, them boys ain't messing around. And he's like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. You're just adding fluff to make it seem like you know what you're talking about. That's what he does. You know what I mean? Yeah. Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. Yeah, I used to watch Stephen A all the time. I really did. Let's see. Sandman says, I'll never buy Ripaverse anything. Nothing personal, though. Nothing personal taken. I don't give a shit if you ever buy anything from Ripaverse. But obviously, I think if you're interested, I think it's a great thing to support. But you can also just say, fuck that, I'm not interested. And just like you can say that to Geeks and Gamers. I don't give a shit. I mean, I do. I want everybody to like Geeks and Gamers, but everybody's not going to like anything. That's just the reality of the situation. I mean, again, I am a Titanfall 2 fan, okay? Titanfall 2 is one of the single greatest games that has ever been made, and that is an objective fact. And it failed miserably. It failed miserably. So sometimes good shit just doesn't succeed, and other times bad shit does. But most of the time, the market works itself out. And I think the Ripaverse is going to continue to grow and evolve and improve along the way. And I'm really excited to see where Eric takes it. And hopefully I get a paycheck for saying that, because apparently I'm bought and paid for. Fucking ridiculous. I have no sponsors. I have no investors. I have the people. And that's it. And that's why I can say whatever the fuck I want. And it's a pretty good gig. It's a pretty good gig, if I could say so myself. It's not a bad gig at all. Fable of Man for 50. Thank you so much. Fable of Man says, I usually miss all the streams and have to watch after the fact, so I'm always glad to catch it live when I can. Love hanging with my fellow degenerate deplorables. Looking forward to seeing everyone in Vegas. Yes. So on a programming note, the next week and a half is going to be kind of crazy for me. All right. CobraCast is going to be a little weird for the next week and a half. Friday night, it's going to be a mobile truck video while I'm on the road, CobraCast. You're probably going to see some audio-only potential streams. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to, like, if you guys want me to go stream, though, I'll stream. It just might be audio-only depending on where I'm at and what's going on. But, yeah, so just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind because I am traveling to Vegas, and I am driving because I refuse to fly. So... yeah, I'm probably going to be streaming so I can grift it because I rented a vehicle. It's very, very expensive, and the gas prices are fucking ridiculous, but I'm driving. But my family issue that I had on Monday almost prevented me from going, but I think we've got everything worked out, and I think we're good to go. We're all in the clear. But that was the concern. Monday, I was like, man, I might not be able to make Vegas, and mainly because of the way I'm doing it, because I'm driving, and it's taking a lot of time the way I'm doing it because I don't fly. DEI working on planes, not something I'm totally thrilled about. And I'm seeing, why do I refuse to fly? Well, in general, I just don't like to fly. In general, driving is very therapeutic for me. I like driving. I like my hands on the wheel. I like seeing different places. I like seeing the beauty of the country when you're driving. Like, you can see a lot of cool things. You can end up in a lot of crazy places when you're just driving and you don't have, like, you know, like, yeah, I mean, if you're sticking to your plan, but like even just stopping like off the interstate and everything, there's just cool shit to see, man. You know what I mean? But at its core, because I have control, I have control of the wheel. That's really at its core. Driving is about me being in control. I don't like being on a plane. I don't like being the passenger of a vehicle. I don't like other people driving. I like my hands on the wheel. Because there's a lot of retarded people on the road that can't drive worth a shit. And as long as my hands are on the wheel, I at least have an opportunity to, stay out of trouble. So, yeah, that's really what it comes down to. Let's see. Danny Diego, welcome to the Snake Pit. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Boba Yogi says, you gotta try, to get Sounds Like Pizza to join you for a Helldiver stream. Would be epic. Look him up if you haven't. 1.1 million subscribers. Fuck Joe Biden and hail the 199. Let's go. DeYoung says, I like Eric July. He's a grumpy old bastard. I can relate. Oh, here we go. JM the Elite fan. I'm sorry I missed this one earlier, brother. There's look at Gary in the house. What's up, Gary? My boy Gary. JM the Elite fan says, bro, look up the video Jim Cornette on Vince Russo's old ideas for a new women's wrestling promotion. It's some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. Russo was fucking wild. And dude, Vince Russo is wild, okay? Vince Russo is awesome. I enjoy watching Vince Russo. Bro. But I'm really enjoying professional wrestling right now. And yeah, it's WrestleMania weekend. I'm going to try to keep up with that while I'm traveling. It's really, wrestling's in a good place for the moment. So, PJ in the house says, Eric July destroyed my opinion of the angry black man. Vault 95 says, here for the Superior IRL show, scanning in tonight with code 4547. Hail the Snake Pit. Absolutely. And yes, Vegas next week. Can't wait. A week from today, we will be in Vegas for the Vegas Friday Night Tights meetup. Let's see. Colazan, is that it? How you say on Kick? Subscribed. Oh, really? I missed that one. How did I miss that one? Thank you for subscribing on Kick. That's awesome. Vault 95 says, sadly, Beanie Boy doubts Trump's weight is 215, but to be nice to him, he is giving good coverage on hundreds of thousands of dead people registering to vote in swing states, all confirmed by SSA administration. Well, again, as I said, my whole thing is I am putting down any one-sided differences that I have with Tim Pool, because I really don't have a whole lot of issue with Tim, to be honest with you. I mean, outside of like the way that the audience was treated and shit like that. I absolutely had a problem with that. I had a problem with the way the Jack Murphy situation was handled and the Eliza Blue situation. But the members only chat was what really pissed me off. And then if you want to add like how he suddenly like his stream goes down and he gives no response to the audience and he pretends like it's YouTube taking him down, I think it's a little disingenuous. But hey, grifter's got a grift. I totally understand that. But my point being is that I think Tim Pool is a really good content creator. I think he has a great show. And I think that he is a very important piece to the puzzle as we move towards the election of 2024. So that's why I'm at a point now. If people are voting for Trump, I have no beef with them. I don't care who you are. If you're voting for Trump, all good. Or if you just stand against leftists, I don't have a problem with you. That's really my whole thing here is I just want Trump to win. I don't care about small little bullshit among other people that are voting for Trump, whatever. I still think Dave Rubin's a bitch, but that's just never going to change. So it is what it is. Bard Stories for $20. I will vote for Ginger Jesus if you make him eat a ghost pepper on a live stream. What do you think about that, Ginger Jesus?
I mean, if the money was coming to me instead of you, I'd consider it. But yeah, no, not for $20 on D-Day Cobra.
I like his thinking. That's good grifting right there. Heather Reed says, "How can I get a ticket to the Las Vegas meetup if it's not sold out? I'm not at all in the groups or the Discords, but I live here and would love to meet you in person." Jeremy Hale, the 199. So there is a waiting list for both events. There is no more availability in terms of the RSVP, but if there is a waiting list, you can go. Gary, are you still in the chat? Or Eric K can do it. But Eric K, if you can drop a link to where the RSVPs are so you can get added to the waiting list. I would encourage you to add yourself to the waiting list, to all of you out there that are interested, because as the night goes on, people are funneling in, funneling out, so more opportunities, and it really just comes down to fire code. That's really what fire marshals are going to have a certain number of people that can be in the building, but there is some overflow outside. So I would encourage people to sign up for the waiting list if it's still implemented. Okay, there's Gary right there. So yes, there is a waiting list. So I would encourage you to sign up to the waiting list. Hayden Wayne says, "It'd be super cool if there was an internet version of what happened in China when the sparrows were deleted and the drama farms got overrun with the, I don't know how to say that. I'm not even going to try. And the drama farmers just lost heavy edits." Hayden, I'll get memed for that one, and I would never want to be memed on the internet, okay? I stand against being memed on the internet. I am very passionate about not being memed on the internet, and I hope all of you stand with me on that. As a matter of fact, if you want to learn more about not being memed on the internet, you can do what I've done. And look how our thumbnails have been on Geeks and Gamers lately. Look who I'm using in my thumbnails, all right? Look, oh shit, hang on. Look who I'm using in my thumbnails. Here we go. Look at that. I'm putting Gary in my thumbnails, baby. Let's go. Gary in my thumbnails. So if you are an up-and-coming YouTube content creator, if you're looking for any advice from me, my advice would be to put Gary from Nerdrotic in your thumbnails. I think that's a great way to build your channel. Just put Gary in your fucking thumbnail. It's really good. It's algorithm gold. Gary has no idea how popular he is. He has no fucking clue. I talk to the man like every day on the phone. He has no idea how popular he is, and he's never going to understand it. So just keep supporting him. Just keep showing him love, because he has no idea. He really doesn't. It's pronounced Kakadas. Okay, Kakadas, is that it? All right. Well, I didn't want to fuck it up that bad. Rand W says Jeremy plagiarizes Tim Pool. In terms of what? His super chats? I mean, doing pretty good in that department. In terms of CobraCast, I did meme on him for a while, but I had to let the IRL go, because I was memeing on Tim too hard. And once this became a real show, like a real thing, I had to absolutely turn it into his own thing. But overall, yeah, I would say, yeah, I've stolen a lot from Tim Pool. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. All right, let's see where we're at. By the way, we do have the new clips channel. So we're over 300 subscribers over there. So again, you're going to see a lot of shit. I just created this channel. So if you want like smaller clips, smaller edits of things going on within CobraCast and Geeks and Gamers, please go over there and subscribe. But if you want to tell me to go fuck myself, you can do that too. Hell, even I'm not subscribed to my own damn channel. So, if I'm not subscribed, why would you want to? That's the way I look at it. All right. Where are we at? Timefire199 says Dan Vask ruined everything for me. Well, that we can agree on. He is a piece of shit. Replicate Patriot says Hillary Clinton ruined Geeks and Gamers for me. Autism Croc says Eric July ruined the month of July for me. GL Dude 14 says Eric July ruined the F&T demographics for me. I love that we have a new meme now. I love it. Danny Diego says Chris Benoit ruined Dan Vask. Big Black Ninja says Eric July ruined black men for me. Harambe Kojima says Jeremy ruined Geeks and Gamers by not having enough haba haba. Nick Skyberg, Rippa broke my whole saw today. VJ says Rippa ruining things for me. Let's see. Nublet says, I was going to give you $2, but since you were fully exposed, here's $5. Hail the 199. Roy News says, G&G mantra, hate us because they ain't us. Pretty much. I mean, it's weird, man. I'll never understand YouTube jealousy. It's just not something I understand. I've talked about it before, but it's like, am I jealous of Tim Pool's audience? No. Am I jealous that he gets 40, 50,000 people? In terms of sheer numbers, yes. I would love to have 50,000 people watching me. But would I trade my, 2,000 people for his 50,000? No, I absolutely would not. Not even close. Having an audience on YouTube is about earning it. Like, all you have to do is work for it. Put the work in. Sometimes it takes longer than others to succeed, but I don't understand being jealous of another YouTuber because that other YouTuber worked and got their following through having a level of interest and a connection with their audience and shit like that. So I've just never understood the being jealous of another YouTuber. It's a really I've been inspired by people. Hell, the other day I called Gary and I was just talking to him about tips about like doing different style of videos and things like that. Because I've learned from Gary and he's phenomenal at what he does. It's just a weird deal. It's insecurity is really what it comes down to. No one says you guys obviously let's see, are a dead channel and are desperate in need of money. $4.99. Thank you. I appreciate that. I need that. I do. Seriously. Like I'm telling you, like with Gary, how he doesn't understand how popular he is and he doesn't. On my front, like every time I fire up a stream, I'm like, is anybody going to show up? Is anybody going to show up to the stream? I hope at least like 100 people show up. So I'm always thinking about that. I'm always just like, as long as 100 people show up, it's a win for me. So I've seen some people go, he only had 1,000 people watching. I'm going, well, that's like 900 more than I expected, so I guess we're in pretty good shape. Peter says, the soy is strong with this one. Sophie says, hail chat. Jeremy, where's the shirt? 199% toxic. I got all kind of shit here that I've got to go through that I've gotten from the P.O. boxes and stuff. What's up, Sophie? Slade says, this is to make all the chickens in the chat happy. Also, what the fuck is that Silver Surfer casting? Trump 2024. Yes, I have a video up over on Geeks and Gamers talking about that. And how's that video doing right now? That video is currently tracking 5 out of 10. All right, it's doing pretty good. So my goal on Geeks and Gamers right now is as long as my videos hit 50,000 views, I'm good. So that's a good number for that channel, so I'm happy. Ira Brownridge says, a little late, but hail chat. Thank you, sir. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, man brings in racism for his failing chicken shop. Probably has expensive fried chicken. David Smart says, chicken is racist. I'm too drunk for this. Jake the Movie Geek says, Eric July ruined Jay's Asian kid for me. Dr. Kaladin says, what kind of country they want? A free one, bitch. I'm Dan Bicky. I'm being careful with some of these words. Please, Hillary, you need, let's see, you don't need to sell me on Trump any harder. Absolutely. Ira Brown says the courts are as corrupt as Biden's, Clinton's, and Rhinos. Bert says, Jeremy, that Jay Waller, that Jay Waller in the picture with Trump. Jay Waller. Yeah, that was the guy that he took the picture with. Jake Skywalker says, thanks for holding the line, Jeremy. Trump 2024. John Jones says, I have a friend who works at a TV station and the poor guy has to sit through The View every single day. Needs hazard pay, if you ask me. That's pretty rough right there. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, remember when Joy flirted with Trump on The View? Yes, I do. That's an old clip. That's an old clip. Lapco says, Bill Whittle said he became a conservative when he realized that no woman ever fantasized of getting ravaged by a liberal. Jeremy's eyebrow says, she's a future Trump supporter. Let her cook. Maybe. Replica Patriot says, hey, Jeremy, have you heard about soldiers that pulled out of Afghanistan and told to leave their gear, leaving their pay for that gear now $1,000 or more, held to $199? Yeah, that's an older story, right? Yeah. Nick Skyberg says, I just stubbed the hell out of my toe. Darn you, Ripa. Blame Ripa. Blame Ripa. Let's see. Ken says, true friends don't have to be bought and paid for. 100%. BFSD says, it was actually The Rock's idea to turn heel. If Vince was still chairman of WWE, they wouldn't have turned him heel. It was a great move for the story. I agree completely. And look, man, I regardless of what's happening with Vince, like, I respect the hell out of Vince McMahon for everything he created. And he's a genius. I'd say for the last 10 or 15 years, he kind of really lost touch with the business and lost touch with what the wrestling fan wanted. So it's actually a regardless of what happened, and I'm not going to sit here and believe anything that outside of the fact that I think Vince McMahon is a really fucked up guy, but I don't know if he's guilty of what he's accused of. But his time had passed in terms of being the creative force behind WWE, and it's probably a good thing that he's no longer in the creative position for sure. John Kennedy says, who do you think are the top two for Trump's VP? That's a very hard thing to kind of figure out because right now, I really don't have a grasp. Like, I truly don't know who Trump is going to pick for VP. I really don't. I don't even know if I have a front runner. Like, obviously, I think Vivek would be great, but I don't know if I could tell you, like, who do I think is Trump's top two right now? I think from my perspective, like, the top two are probably Vivek and I think he's considering Ben Carl. I don't know if I'm considering that. It's either going to be. Let's see. No, it's not going to be Kerry Lake because we've and it's not. I don't think Byron Donalds is one either. I don't think so. Tulsi is not. I don't think it's Tulsi. Kristi Noem, I don't think so. I mean, Ben Carson's who I think he has a lot of trust and faith in, but I just don't know if it's Ben Carson. Vivek is an obvious choice. Does Trump trust him enough for a VP? I don't know. It's really tough, man. I don't know who he's really going to pick. I'm kind of stumped at this point. I don't think it's going to be Tucker. I think Tucker's going to continue to move forward, and he's going to continue to do his thing. But I guess right now, if you're asking me to pick two, I'm going to have to say Ben Carson and Vivek would be the top two. That's who I would say. Let's see. I saw Disco Cobra just came in here with a big old 50. Disco Cobra for 50 says, Jeremy, how does one become a legend such as yourself? Your work ethic is impeccable for content creation. Props to you and your team, man. I'm trying to do a mix of things. Did a Gamergate video since it's trendy. Not into the politics of it, really. I don't think I'm a legend. I appreciate the compliment. I think that if you want to ask me what my secret to what I've done on YouTube is learning from other people about how not to fuck up. That's kind of my secret. I watched a lot of creators that I liked let their political bias ruin them. And it's really just about being authentic to your audience and being authentic to who you are. And you don't chastise the audience. Like, if the audience is criticizing you for something, there's probably something there that you did to create that criticism. We're talking about people that watch you on a daily basis. We're talking about people that listen to you on a daily basis. We're talking about people that support you. So if you do something that upsets them, you probably did something wrong. It's really not complicated. It doesn't mean that you just have to cuck to it, but at least own it and just go, okay, what did I do wrong here? Like, what made the audience that supports me upset? And you just have to take a look at that and realize it. That's really what it comes down to. That's not complicated. So I watched a lot of other creators do that. And so that's my thing, is I just watched that. And if you learn from other people and don't do with the things that they did to screw up their careers, I think that's a pretty good method. And that's kind of what I've done. Thank you, Disco Cobra. I appreciate the nice words. I do not think I'm a legend. I think I'm a regular guy who has gotten very lucky, and I'm surrounded by really cool people. Harambe Kojima with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. Eric Ray says, Jay ruined butter dishes for me. Will G says, Jeremy, new grift. Screw up your stream. Get hell mad, and then viewers send you money. Ask Salty. It works. Well, that's the thing. Like, Salty's somebody I learned from. I learned a lot from Salty in terms of just like the passion from the audience and how much they love the Salty army and Salty is Legion, all of that. And I think that I've learned a lot of that, and that's how we have like the 199 and the Snake Pit, and now I've got Salty telling me how like he recognizes like the 199 and how passionate they are, and that's full circle for me, because it really is interesting, because Salty watched me, and that's me and other creators, but like I was one of the first creators that kind of helped inspire Salty. This is according to him. He said this. And so then I watched him kind of surpass me and go crazy with his success, and it was awesome to see. And so after he saw me and people like me and got inspired, he went and created his own thing, and he just blew up. And then I watched him and learned from him, and then I, got, more success through that. It's a cool cycle that we go through here. Sandman says, hope everything is well. 4 months sober, no suicidal thoughts anymore. God bless the fellowship and the 199. Sandman, happy to hear that, brother. It is always a grind. And without going into detail, I had a conversation with someone not too long ago that I know fairly well. I would say extremely well. No one on the YouTube side or anything like that, but like I had a conversation with this person, and I did not know that they went through some shit a couple of years ago, emotionally, mentally. I had no idea. This is somebody I know very well. And it kind of hit me differently, because I was like, I never imagined that you were going through this shit. I was like, wow. You never know what anybody's going through, man. You really don't. And that was a wake-up call to me. I do not struggle with anything like that. I never have. Knock on wood. I mean, I hope I don't. But I don't struggle with, depression or any type of emotional thing like that. Not to say it won't happen to me, but I've never been through it. So I can't speak to it from that perspective, but it's people are always going through some shit, man. They really are. I think that one thing that's going on just in general with society and social media and corporations is you're seeing a lot of people embrace mental illness or mental struggles. And I think that is so detrimental to the future of not only these individual people that are going through shit, but younger people that think that it's okay to embrace it. And it's like, you should not embrace this shit. You should try and fix it. And you have all these fucking companies and all these fucking celebrities telling people, hey, yeah, your mental illness, it's okay. Just keep doing it. Like, no, you fucking sick fucks. No, it's a problem that needs to be addressed, not embraced, not celebrated. That's a really twisted scenario that we're seeing, man. And it bothers me. It really does. It bothers me. Harambe Kojima, welcome to the Snake Pit. Thank you. Let's see. Goji the King says, enough is enough, and it's time for a change. I'm not a nugget. R.I.P. Owen Hart. R.I.P. to the great Owen Hart. Let's see. Beardo's Bingo Wings for gifted membership. Thank you. Pam H. says, just want to say thanks for calling out Beardo last night for misgendering me and calling me PJH. What a gentleman. You are very welcome. Here to help. John says, have you read, let's see, the Gulag? No, a real interesting look into the government tyranny during the Soviet Union. Is it Archie Pelagio? I have not, but I can if there's an audio book, because I'm from Alabama. I don't know how to read, but thank you so much. Josh Johnson with the gifted membership. Thank you so much. Objectively, a cat says, Rippa ruined party animals in Mario Kart for me. Watching him play them with the Geeks and Gamers team was just too damn fun. Yeah, I hope that, for anybody that's, interested in being ruined more, tune in to Tuesday night's main event, and I'll make sure we get Rippa on some Mario Kart streams again, too. Vic Whiplash says, they're scared. Panic mode. Hail the 199. Hold the line. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Cappy Nova says Jeremy can't read. Let's see. What up, Vic Whiplash in the house? Vic Whiplash in the house. Let's see. Allah says, awesome. Member message. Nagranal, welcome to the Snake Pit. Probably re-upping. Minnie Galen says, this TikTok chick needs a wake-up call. I live in Seattle. Very few people I know agree with me on much. You just deal with it like an adult. Lance Finn. These people call Trump supporters Nazis and pretend to be offended by this BS. Chris Bolts says, Eric July ruined my marriage. My wife used to think I was the sexiest black man alive. Then she saw Eric July's hairy face. Damn that Eric July. Dude, I love this new Eric July meme. Like, again, remember back in the day whenever I when I was solo streaming early on in the G&G days, remember I was whenever people like all these Star Wars YouTube channels and these people were like after me and they were hating on me, I basically was like, if you see people hating on me, just tell them you hate me more. Like to the audience, like tell them you hate me more. And then you have to make them go to the next level. It's like, no, I really hate him. And that's kind of like with this Rippa stuff that's going around, like all the fucking hate. And it's like, you're only making me like Rippa more. And you're only making the people like Rippa more. And you're only making Rippaverse more successful. So blame Rippa for every fucking thing. All right? That's what you got to do. Shaka Zulu says, enough is enough. Legalize Adulthood says, looking forward to Vegas, buddy. Can't wait. All the elements for your special 199 present are here. Let's freaking go. Legalize Adulthood. I appreciate you, man. Looking forward to it. I can't wait. Lambs says Snake Pit 199. Lying Dogface Pony Soldier with a gifted membership. Thank you. Saying Adam says Ripper ruined my eyesight. It's not because I'm getting old. Hail the 199. And Zach says Ripper ruined air for me. I've been holding breath for 10 minutes. Lady Aaron D says, 8 months of gifties. Thank you, Snake Pit. Hail the 199. This message was ruined by Eric July. Legalized Adulthood says Chris Benoit for VP. Legalized Adulthood says Dave Rubin for Wee Wee. John Kennedy says Flynn for VP 63215. Ian says, let Ryan know that I'm still watching his vids even after you finally started making videos again. Also tell him the Cubs suck. Let's go Bucks. It has been great making videos again. It really has. And it just feels really good to make videos again, and they're doing pretty good. I've got a really good video coming out. I don't know if I'm going to launch it tonight because I actually sent it to Gary to get his feedback on it, but Erwin from Nerd Wars did a really good job of editing it together. So again, I'm just trying different things on the channel. And the audio only videos are doing well too. So I'm happy with everything we're doing over there. Atomic Patriot for $2 says Trump 2024. Hillary is deplorable. Vic Whiplash with 20 gifted memberships. 2-0. Thank you, Vic Whiplash. And John Kennedy with 1 gifted membership. Let's go. Infinity Flare. subscribed on Kick, Lord of the Ree. I bet his chicken is greasy as fuck, and he doesn't even wash it with his lemon dish soap. Race Trader shaking my head. Vault 95 says, tossing praise at Beanie Boy again tonight. He started referring to criminal aliens as colonizers. 199% accurate description. Vault 95 says, remember, don't let Trump cheat. Demand voter ID and paper ballots on all polling locations. And Rhino Helix subscribed on Kick. Thank you so much, Rhino Helix in the house. I got that 10 from Hayden, by the way. That's not highlighted. And the tactician musician says, Etika was really what woke me up to how serious mental health crisis is, how people would act like it's a joke, and how now they now even celebrate it. Yeah, I didn't know a lot about the Etika situation at the time, but obviously when it happened, I learned more about it. That was kind of wild. I didn't know much about him as a content creator at the time. But Flag Ninja says, Eric July ruined ninjas for me. Thank you so much. All right, so D-Day Cobra Clips is now at 313 subscribers, so I appreciate it. Again, one more time, just for those that are interested, this is the new clips channel for me, where we're just gonna be uploading different clips, things like that. So if you're interested, please go over there. If not, I totally understand. You're gonna see content as early as tomorrow on that. It could be a minute long, it could be 5 minutes long, it could be 10, it could be a full reaction to something. Obviously, we're doing stuff here on this channel as well too. There's just a lot of little stuff that happens on these streams that I think can be utilized over there, along with Geeks and Gamers and all the other fucking streams I'm on. So the link is in the pinned post if you're interested. Wisdom Prevails for 10 says, another banger of a stream. Thank you, Wisdom Prevails. I appreciate that. I'm glad you guys are enjoying what we're doing here. That's all that matters to me. I'm sorry I wasn't here on Monday, but like I said, just had some stuff going on, and it has been a very busy few weeks for me, and a lot of traveling is coming up. But there will be sporadic streams. I can't promise that CobraCast is going to do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule next week, but I will say that keep notifications on. I will go live occasionally. It might be for like a 30-minute stream. It might be audio only, but I'm going to give you content. And especially if there's news out there, I will make a little video of it and give it to Hailstorm and let him upload it. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. This has been an awesome stream. Where are we at on, how many likes are we at? Oof, we are way below 1,500. I don't think we're going to get it tonight, boys. I don't think we're going to get it.
Do you want to play that? Do you want to play that Hillary clip?
Which one was it? Oh, the van or whatever?
I keep mentioning it in chat, but you keep missing it. So
let's see. Yeah, let me see where we're at. Man, Eric was so loud in my ear. Let's see. Here it is right here. Okay, so here's the Hillary Clinton clip. Let's see. Did you? All right. Here we go. Okay. Here it is right here. All right. So this was back in. This is 7 years ago. This is like crazy shit, man. This is crazy shit. Here we go. Dude, that was wild. That was wild right there, man. I don't know what the hell to think about that. One more time. Like at that point, they've already opened the door. She's completely gone. She's completely gone. She's completely gone. That's wild. That is wild. So yeah, there's that. So thank you, Eric, for that. Appreciate that. All right, so let's see. I got a hold on the 1,500 likes. I dropped it down to like from 2,000 to 1,500 because I think I probably jumped the gun because we had grown so much. I got to hold firm. We've got to hold firm. This might be the first ever stream we don't get sexy back end. This might be the first ever stream. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Eat a Mentos, Jeremy. I'll get the thumbs up to 1,500. You know what? I think it's interesting. You know what? I'm glad you said that. We're going to play that one because it's worth it. All right. And I didn't get hit on that. I actually wanted to make that part of my intro because it's so good. This is one of my favorite clips. Was it ever really sexy, says Gung Ho Mac. Well, that's kind of mean. But you're probably right. But this is, to me, one of my favorite clips, okay, that I've... let's see here. I got to find it, though. Where did he tweet this at? He's been tweeting a lot lately, this Poppy Trump account. But the Mentos is the best thing ever. I may have to go to my timeline. Let's see. We've got to be getting close. Bring Trump back. This is the most pro-Trump account ever, by the way. It's fantastic. Also, look at this. That is a very, very, very accurate, it's a very, very accurate picture right there, okay? Let's go through here and see if we can find it. Come on. He hasn't retweeted it or anything? He's got so many clips on this channel. We want the Mentos video. Man, he has been tweeting a lot. I figure he would have retweeted that one because it had a ton of traction on it. This is a great Twitter account, though. All right, there it is. There it is. Okay, here we go. This is one of the best videos right here.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better alive. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh day. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
It's so good. I love the part right there where he like does the nod. This is the best part right here. This is the best part. Let's go. Let's go, MAGA AF. That's right, baby. MAGA AF. Yes, 90s was better than now. Yes, the 90s, I mean, 80s and the 90s were both pretty fantastic. So, but yeah, I absolutely love that. That clip is great. I think we can add that to the intro. Hailstorm, if you want to take that and just run that through the monetization to see if it gets hit, but I didn't get hit last time. So if we upload that individual video and then see if we can get that through monetization, we can put that as one of like part of the intro because it's really fucking good. MAGA Mentos, that's right. Hell yeah. All right, so we are gonna go and end it there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I got a few super chats. I'll get them. Let's see. Darth Chaz says Eric July invented leftism so he could grift. Legalize adulthood says Ron Jeremy for director of public urban development. PUD. And we do have Sabaton, so even if we're not going to get sexy back in, we're going to get Sabaton, okay? Holy shit. You guys have been insane tonight, by the way, though. Absolutely crazy. I do appreciate the support, whether it's on Rumble, whether it's on Kick, whether it's on YouTube. I appreciate it. I don't know why you guys support me the way you do, but I do appreciate it, whether it's on Geeks and Gamers, whether it's on D-Day Cobra. This, honestly, I will say this. This might be one of the first times that in the same day, Geeks and Gamers and D-Day Cobra might be in the top 10 on Playboard in a day. That will be crazy if that happens. Maybe. At least top 20. Both channels will be top 20. Maybe top 10, though. I don't get it. I never understand it, but I do appreciate it. So I thank you all for your support. We have Geeks and Gamers Daily tomorrow, geeksandgamers.com, our website, which is hitting great numbers, and I really appreciate that. Meta PCs, promo code 199, and in the near future, I've got a huge how do I want to word this? I've got a huge... I guess you would call it a sponsorship of sorts that I've worked out with someone that you're familiar with, and they have offered a great kind of opportunity for us to benefit. And for the audience to get a discount. So I'll fill you in on that when we get all the details worked out. But I'm really excited about it. So I'll give you guys that details as soon as I can. We get it all worked out. It's not Raid Shadow Legends. It's not. It's actually somebody I know and I'm connected with. So I'm sure you can do the research on that. And it's not Eric July because, I'm not in business with him. As much as I get accused of being in business with him. But we're going to leave you with Sabaton. You guys have a great night. Thank you very much for checking out this video. And I'll see you after Sabaton. Talk to all of you later.
All embrace me. It's my time to rule at last. 15 years have I been waiting to sit up on my throne. No allegiance, I will swear no oath. Crowned by God, not by the church, as my power is divine. They thought I was too young to rule the land. Just as they failed to understand how to rule. My time has come. I was chosen by heaven. Say my name when you pray to the sky. Seek our holiness rise. With the Lord my protector. Make a vow to my will to the sky. Seek our holiness rise. To the sky, seek our holiness rise. Rude in battle, led my men to victory. No man alive or dead commands me. I answer to the Lord. Hear my orders, question me and die. What I say was said in heaven, and so it shall be done. I know I was destined to rule alone. All for myself, I have claimed the throne, born to rule. My time is now. I was chosen by heaven. Say my name when you pray to the sky. Seek our holiness rise. With the Lord my protector. Make a vow to my will to the sky. Seek our holiness rise. To the sky. Seek our holiness rise.
All right, guys. Thank you so very much. We appreciate all of you. Clips will be uploaded over to D-Day Cobra Clips. If you have not subscribed, please go do that if you're interested. Again, the next week and a half are going to be kind of crazy for me with the traveling, so I will be streaming. It just probably won't be in the kind of the structured way that we have been doing the Monday, Wednesday, Friday stuff, but I will be connecting with all of you. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you for Geeks and Gamers Daily in the morning. Have a great night, MAGA 2024, and we will talk to you later. Bye, everyone.